Hi, it's a Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching today. I'm continuing to declutter. I will list my entire declutter playlist for 2021 for you right up here. I have been starting out with eyeshadow palettes that are small. I did a 3 to 5 pan eyeshadow declutter, and today it's the 6 and 8 pans. I didn't realize how many different size palettes there were with different pans in them, and I'm trying not to like bring them all out and like, you know, shoot from above and you see like this massive pile of eyeshadow, because that would overwhelm me. I need to do it in sizable chunks where I feel like I can be brutal but only have to deal with so many. So today I've got 19 right here. There are mostly 6 pans and then some 8 pans in here. So I'm gonna start with one that I've had for a long time that I just don't use to get a lot of sparkle fallout from it. This is a Flower Beauty eyeshadow palette. This is their Wanderlust palette. The shade here was just miraculous and flaky, beautiful, but it got sparkle everywhere. I haven't reached this in forever. I can safely let that go. These are 2 palettes that aren't going anywhere. I love these. These are from Cosmetics. These are the Divine Skies eyeshadow palette. This is the more recent purchase. This here is the Venetian Rose. Love so much. This is the one that I probably turned into my everyday palette probably last spring and then early fall. I love it so much. It's a little bit more peachy in tone, but you do get some nice depth here. If you're probably up to like a medium skin tone, if you're deeper than that, this may not work, not have enough depth for you, but I love these. And my favorite thing about these, the metallics are gorge. Love these so much. These 2 are staying. These guys also aren't going anywhere. These are the luxury eye palettes from Wayne. I have 2 of the 3 that he has come out with. This is my most recent purchase. This is the shade Pearl. I love this so much. This is like my new everyday palette. I have used it so much since I purchased it. So delighted to have this. The other one I have is the shade Imperial Topaz. I remember hearing when this was his first release, he said he was going to put a black in every single palette because it's a workhorse for makeup artists and it gives you depth and dimension. I was like, don't put a black in every palette. I don't need that many black shades. And then he listened and he didn't do it here. So this is definitely lighter. I don't know that it would suit everybody's skin tone. This one definitely would, and you do have the ability to make things deeper and smokier because of the black. But I love how these perform. I love how they wear. I love you only have 6 pans and the mirror packaging. Everything is fantastic. Love, love, love. I have these 2 6-pan palettes from Essence. They are fairly new. This is the Taupe It Up palette. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I really like this. I feel like this is a really good affordable alternative to one of the Viseart quads, the Leeless quad that is like small and really metallic and cool leaning. The other one I have here, upside down, is that I like to mauve it. And it's really pretty. I feel like the purples in here are nice, but they're not too much. They have some nice shine to them. They're not as metallic as some higher ends, but I do really like the mattes. The mattes blend nicely. I feel like out of the 2, this one performs a little bit better, but it's super, super light. I'm going to hang on to both of these for now, but I'm intrigued by these. I would be willing to maybe pick up like the Coral palette or like their warm neutrals. I feel like these are actually great drugstore eyeshadows and they're affordable and they're pretty. I'm on the fence about these. These are 2 Nabla Cutie palettes. I picked these up half off during this early spring's 21 Days of Beauty at Ulta. And this is the Metropolitan right here. And this other one here is the Platinum. So they're really pretty. I think the formula is nice. What I loved about these was these crazy, super sparkly shades. And these are a mix of the shades, you know, some from one palette, some from the other. But I ended up with fallout everywhere. And I have not really been reaching for these because they leave me with sparkles everywhere and I don't need sparkles on the face. I think I'm gonna hang on to both of these, remembering that I have the new Pat McGrath Intensifies Artistry wand that helps to keep fallout from happening. And it really works for me on a lot of my eyeshadows that have top coats. So I'm gonna try these again because I was on the verge of like, goodbye. And it's not that the mattes are beautiful. I just don't want sparkles on my cheeks. I don't need sparkles caught in my lipstick or on the, you know, front of my blouse. That's the problem I had with these Cutie palettes, because those really metallic-y shades, although they look fantastic in here, they just end up sparkle everywhere, and I don't need that. But I'm going to try them again. If they end up continuing to have problems, even with, you know, something to help adhere the sparkle to the lid, then they're going to have to go. But I'm going to keep them for now. Down to my last two 6-pan palettes. This is the Skinny Dip palette from Jouer. I was in love with this when it came out, and I will tell you, I feel like the formula has changed. It's been a while. They're really pretty, they're really metallic, but they're also really dusty. I remember them being almost like they would glide. They were creamy, they were buttery, they were silky. This is not the same anymore. I'm gonna let that go. Remember when Pat McGrath used to have those 6-pan eyeshadow palettes? I thought I saw somewhere on social media she might be bringing back the 6-pan. I don't know. This is a real warm neutral, surprise, surprise. This is the Bronze Ambition Mothership Sublime. And yes, it is bronzy. It is pretty. I don't reach for it, and I don't know if I don't reach for it because it's too many, I had too many, or whether it's the shades. Oh, hello. I would wear that. We're gonna keep that. And I think a lot of it just comes down to, I forget how gorgeous these are. Oh yes, more please. So time to get into my 8-pan palettes. The first one I have from you is from Almay. This is the Reina del Caribe. This is one that I got in a BoxyCharm. I will tell you, I always wanted to use it more, but I struggle to use these cool tones with these warm tones. I would do like these guys right here, or I would use these guys and incorporate one of the 2 shades at the top, but I always skip the blues, and I feel like with a palette this size, you really need to use them, or, you know, why put them in there? And it's me, I'm intimidated by blue. I just haven't been reaching for these. The formula is great. I really like this palette. I just don't reach for it. For that reason, I'm gonna let it go. Another BoxyCharm palette that I received is the Ace Beauté Grandiose palette. This, the reason I don't use it is take a wild stab in the dark. These guys right here. I don't. And I kept thinking I was going to, you know, like use the rest of these metallics because look how gorgeous they are. They're just beautiful. I just haven't reached for it. Not keeping it. One that I did love when I first got it, and this is another one that I got in BoxyCharm, and I use it a lot, and it's been like almost 2 years since I got it, is this. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder. I was super, super surprised I like this because first of all, this is not my normal shade, and this pink also is not my normal shade. But I'll tell you, there's a couple in here that just made me so happy. This kind of orangey pink duochrome is called Fireball, and this one is Eternal Light. I just haven't reached for it in such a long time. I feel like I can safely let this go. So I don't know if you remember, there was a short period of time when Colourpop was available for purchase at Sephora, and the Semi Precious was one of the Sephora exclusives. I remember getting this and really liking it, but I haven't used it in forever. I feel like, oh, there's even a couple here that I can tell I've never even dipped my finger into. These guys here. They have not been touched. So I will leave them untouched and pass this along to a friend. Do you remember when this came out? I think this was 2018, and it was a holiday palette, and it was the first time I'd seen like a super adorable, cute palette where it wasn't teeny tiny. That was the year they came out with like the chocolate chip and the white chocolate chip that were like, what? And then they came out with this. I love this palette. This is the Tickled Peach Too Faced palette. I like it a lot, but I haven't reached for it. Let me just swatch a couple guys here because that'll help inform my decision. Oh, so pretty. I don't know. I haven't used it in so long. I'm gonna let that one go. Oh, that's hard. This is another one I know for sure I'm gonna let go because I know the formula has changed. Remember when Smashbox came out with their cover shot palettes? And this is the soft light eye palette. It was, you know, this fun little situation on the front, but look at how light these are. And I liked them because they were, you know, very light, prismatic, but they definitely all look the same to me now. I don't need to keep this. The last two I have in here are definitely ones I'm going to keep. I picked these up this spring during the Viseart eyeshadow sale. Oh, love. So this is the Midsummer palette, and this is the Solstice palette. My favorite part about these palettes is right here at the end, they each have a duochrome, and the duochrome, I cannot open this palette and not use these duochromes. And they go, this one here is from the Midsummer palette. It kind of ends up looking lavender and blue. And this one here is the one from the Solstice, and it's kind of a peachy pink shift. They're so pretty on the eye. I love them. And it's weird because I never really thought that I would expect to see a duochrome in Viseart. I would see nice metallics and beautiful buttery blendable mattes. But I like both of these. And these are two of the palettes I reach for the most, and you can tell. I stick my fingers in these all the time, and I love, 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 love them. So I'm gonna hang on to these. I am keeping 11 palettes, and I'm getting rid of 8. Not quite half, but I feel like I did pretty good. I knew I wasn't gonna get rid of the Wayne Goss. I wasn't gonna get rid of the M. I wasn't gonna get rid of the Viseart. I feel like those are the formulas that I love and I reach for habitually. These guys here, depending on how they play with that artistry wand from Pat McGrath, these may end up not staying. But I really feel like I'm down to what I can really see myself enjoying and using. And I got these recently enough that I'm still forming an opinion on them, so they're gonna have to hang out for a bit. Thanks so much for watching today. Let me know what your eyeshadow preferences are. Do you like a big palette with all the shades? Do you like something smaller where you have a limited number? That works best for me. I get really easily distracted. And if you have a favorite formula or a favorite brand, let me know in the comments below what it is. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.